Hello everybody, and welcome back to CNN Student News with your anchors, Paige Jones
and Jenna Markham.
And today, we'll be taking you on the history and planning process of Wakarusa, Indiana's famous Maple Syrup Festival.
We will also be walking downtown and interviewing the people who plan the festival, as well as citizens of Wakarusa. Hope you enjoy! I'm here with John, and we're going to ask him some questions. So, are you a citizen of Wakarusa?
No, I'm not quite Wakarusa.
And what's your favorite part?
Well, I work with the sausage sandwich booth every year, so we really enjoy that.
Okay, thank you.
Today we're out in front of the town hall. We're going to be interviewing Jeff Troxel, town manager. So here we go.
Today we're here with Linda, Amy, and Deb, and they helped to plan the Maple Syrup Festival, so we're going to be asking them some questions.
So how many people attended the first year of the Maple Syrup Festival?
From the records that I could find, I think it was around Mr. Yoder and another fella. Lester Yoder and Eldon Martin. Yes. Eldon the Martin. Way I understand it is someone from Elkhart called the chamber and said, when is your next Maple Syrup Festival? And the chamber, it was a Chamber of Progress at that time. They said, we don't have a Maple Syrup Festival. But then they got to asking each other, why don't we have a festival? That's right. And so these men got together and they started to plan.
So why is it called the Maple Syrup Festival?
It's because of the maple syrup that runs during that time of the year. Usually maple syrup runs in January and quits close to February 1st to February, middle of February. But it was too cold for people to come during that time, so they made the festival a little later so the weather would be a little milder for people to come. But they made it Maple Syrup Festival because we are a city with maple trees everywhere. And a lot of maple is made around this area.
And the Maple Syrup Festival used to be held in March.
Yes.
But the weather was not conducive always to good attendance. So, 10 years ago, they decided to change it to April so that we would have a better shot at decent weather and our attendance would be better.
Yeah, that's right.
How many vendors usually attend the Maple Syrup Festival?
Right now we range between 85 and 115.
And in the beginning, we didn't have maybe
5 or 6.
In the beginning, it was all held down at the school.
Yes.
And so and it was antique vendors all in the gym. Then when they remodeled the school and there was no gym, then they moved it to downtown, and then it just continued to be downtown and then grown into downtown.
Some other fun facts that we learned about the Maple Syrup Festival is about the vendors. Have you ever wondered how the Maple Syrup Festival gets all of its vendors? Well, here's your answer. There is a list, and all the vendors who want to be in the Maple Syrup Festival sign up. On years where it's chilly and cold and you're freezing your tail end off, there's not a lot of vendors. On years where it's hot and warm, there's always a lot of vendors. That's because the vendors want to be there when it's warm. Easy to control. Another crazy thing we learned is that it takes 365 days just to plan 3 days. That's right, the whole year just to plan the Maple Syrup Festival. The Maple Syrup Festival has changed a lot since it first begun. A long time ago, they used to have games to play, such as toss the ring on the stick or eat the apple that's hanging from the tree. These were such great games for kids. I'm sure nothing bad ever happened. But now, we have bouncy houses, and that's about it.
Now we're here with Jeff Troxel, and we're going to ask him some more questions about the Maple Syrup Festival.
Do you enjoy going to the Maple Syrup Festival?
I do. I've gone to the Maple Syrup Festival ever since I was little.
And what's your favorite part?
The food. Yep. I definitely like the food.
Did they have children games when you were a child?
I think they had rides. Any other games? I don't think they had. It was more of the food and people selling things. Yeah, so and the parade.
What would you say your best memory was of the Maple Syrup Festival?
Several years ago, it was probably 8 years ago, they had a contest on, I forget what they called it. It was like a TV show where you did things that you normally wouldn't do. So I made it through the contest. The last one was you had to drink clams, all ground up in clam juice, and you had to drink it. The first one done won. I took one swallow, and that was about all I could handle. I couldn't do it.
What were the other rounds? Like, what did you have to do in those?
We had to do like a race. You jump across things and do different things like that. The other one was they hung donuts from strings, and you had to eat the donut. The first one you got.
So do you help plan the festival or no?
I don't. No, that's left to the Wakarusa Chamber.
So what do you do for your job?
I am in charge of kind of keeping the town running. I'm in charge of the maintenance department. There's
Probably my favorite part. Yes. That's what else you were saying. I have to. Yeah. It's great food. It's a lot of different kinds here, so everybody likes it.
And what's your favorite memory?
Well, I like when he comes to sing, so I like it when they come to sing, and I like that you did that, and I like when they have local talents from the middle school and stuff come down and participate. That's my favorite. You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
It's fun. I hope you enjoyed learning all about the Maple Syrup Festival. And all this talk about the Maple Syrup Festival is mapling me. I'm excited. These ladies didn't plan this festival early. They'd be in a sticky situation. Tune in next week on CNN Student News.
The maple syrup
Well, that was fun.
syrup festival sure will stir up some fun.
Make sure to. Hello, everybody. And today we're going to be. Okay. Well, that concludes our history of the Maple Syrup Festival. I hope you enjoyed the tour of